has gone to a zone. So, and one of the things you got to do, you got to be able to make that shot. Yeah, because you'll get it the way they play it. It's almost like a.
Damn, another mid-range. Okay.
YouTube, what's going on? WittyP coming back with another one. Let's get it. We're up at the basketball court. Talk some hoops. I want to talk about some underrated duos in the league. You know, I feel like depending on how well these, duos play, that's how far the team will go. And I feel like these duos are underrated for, various reasons. You've seen the thumbnail. Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam. I feel like they're underrated because, Halliburton was an all-star, but he's still improving as a guard. Pascal Siakam, he didn't make the all-star team this year. He has an underrated game, Siakam. He's not a loud player. He can just get busy, with the mid-range, three-level score, can shoot a three when he's on, can play inside, Siakam. So I feel like they're an underrated duo, and they play in Indiana. So you're always going to be, kind of underrated, even though Indiana known for basketball. But they're underrated. You've seen Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. I feel like they're underrated. Neither of those guys were all-stars, but they get busy and they have to stay healthy. Both of those guys have to stay healthy, Ingram and Zion Williamson. I feel like they're underrated. And you got De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. They didn't have an all-star to represent the 2024 game either. So they're underrated. Fox, he's respected around the league as well as Sabonis, but, underrated. You play at Sacramento, gonna be underrated, But, underrated duels, and I feel like they're gonna play with a chip. They're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. Fox, Sabonis, neither of those guys were all-stars, like I said, so they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. Sabonis damn near averaging a triple-double. 18 points, 13 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game. And Fox, he run that pick and roll with Sabonis. It's like they're always on the same page. The two lefties, they're always on the same page, Fox and Sabonis. And they're going to make a push. These duels that I'm talking about are their teams in that, 5, 6, 7 range where they can make that push. But I feel like, Siakam and Halliburton, that pick and roll could be nasty because Siakam, he's a three-level scorer. Like I say, he can pick and pop from the mid-range, from the three. He can roll all the way to the basket. And Halliburton, he will find you. He'll find you. We know that. He's a magician. Let's just be real. Tyrese Halliburton, I've been watching him more and more. He's a magician on the court. He is. He can get to the basket. He can shoot from deep. He's a magician. He is. They both average around 21 points per game, Halliburton and Pascal Siakam. And Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram both average around 22 points per game. It's kind of ironic how all these duels around the same points per game, but Ingram and Williamson, they gotta stay healthy, and if they do, I feel like Pelicans, who knows how far they can go. They're one of them teams where if they healthy, you never know. They got CJ McCollum, Jonas, so you never know how far they can go when they're healthy. They've never been healthy, so I want to see the Pelicans, Williamson, Ingram, they're having a great year. Underrated. Williamson, he's handling the ball more, pushing the ball more, averaging about 21, 5, and 5. And like I say, Fox and Sabonis, they're in that deep west. And neither of those guys were all-stars, Fox and Sabonis. So they're going to play with that chip on their shoulder. Mike Brown, he's always coaching those guys hard, coaching them up. In Sacramento, they will definitely be in the mix for sure. They'll be in the mix. And some of my, NBA duels, I feel like their team will go as far as, these guys play. As far as their, chemistry together. And they just have to get the job done. they have to get the job done, these duos. You know, Fox is a bonus, Ingram and Williamson, Halliburton and Siakam. And the Pacers gave up a lot to get Pascal Siakam. They did. They gave up a lot to get him. But he's an all-star caliber player, and he's finding his groove. He's finding his groove in Indiana, and I can't wait to see what they do in the playoffs. The Pacers, they fighting right now, though. They're fighting. They'll be in the play-in right now, but they're going to be an interesting team down the stretch. Miles Turner got to, you know, continue to step his game up, and that's their big three. Miles Turner, Halliburton, and Siakam. But we're at the court going to talk some hoops. You know, this is what I do. A little gloomy day out here, but a nice day. Talk some hoops, that's what I do. Comment, like, subscribe, that's where you can help. Share the video. Bit entertaining, hit that cash app. You can't check me anyway. We out.